I think we good. 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 Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's get this thing started, man. Appreciate y'all in here already. Nice and early. Let's get the show started. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's great? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild, episode 275. And I thank y'all for tuning and tapping in every Wednesday, every Sunday at 10:30. We had the delay tonight. There's a tropical storm. It's been going crazy in my area in Florida, so I had to delay for a little bit. It knocked out the power. It was going crazy. So again, I appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in again every Wednesday, every Sunday at 10:30. If this is your first time tuning and tapping in, again, I'm Ashley Lovechild. Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast? And make sure y'all hit them 100s, hit them hearts in the chat. It does help with the growth of the show. Shout out to the chat in here deep already, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to King P, one of our big badge holders. Had his badge for over 2 years. So I appreciate you, King P. Shout out to Tremont in the building. Shout out to Hazel in the building. Shout out to Culture in the building. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, my dude. Shout out to we got my cousin in the building, my cousin Leaf in the building. Make sure y'all tapping in. He keeps the word in the latest news on Brooklyn Nets outside of myself and a few others. But shout out to my cousin Leaf in the building. But I talk about everything here. So make sure y'all go tapping him. He specialized on the Brooklyn Nets. So make sure y'all go tap and hope everything is safe in Florida. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's tropical season. It's thundering outside. It knocked out all the power. So I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to get electrocuted for nobody. So let me just wait a minute. It's cool. It's cool. And we'll start this thing about 10 minutes later, or 15 minutes later. So again, I appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in. Make sure y'all show that big love in the chat. Hit them hundreds, hit them hearts. It does help with the growth of the show. I want to thank the presenting sponsor of this podcast, which is Button Snaps, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. Also, remember, y'all, do not be an agent of chaos. I seen some of y'all saying, am I saying in the chat? Do not be an agent of chaos. Do not be a stain. A stain is somebody that try to stand out by being negative. Have the ability to stand out by being positive. The only op we recognize over here is opportunity. Hate has a location. It's just not here. We celebrate life culture over here. With no further ado, let's get the show started. First segment of the night, popular opinions, y'all. Y'all know this segment is brought to you by OUV Records. Make sure y'all go to Instagram at OUV Records and stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. The label motto is create, document, and inspire. Again, that's OUV Records. Make sure y'all stay tapped in on Instagram. All right, y'all. First segment of the night. Y'all already know how we doing with this. Popular opinions. Remember, y'all, these are not my questions. These are the world's questions. So stick to the answers in the question, y'all. All right. Favorite Brandy song on this list. Shout out to Brandy. I've been seeing people been posting her all day. She looked, she looked like, she might be going through something. So, and that's not a diss. If she is going through something, we need to put our arms around Brandy and support her. But she does look like she has some severe weight loss, and I hope she's good. But with that being said, let's celebrate Brandy, regardless of the fact I don't want to wait till we lose somebody to celebrate somebody. Brandy is a legend, and she got mad fire songs. So again, even though this is not my question, I did find it in the question guide. Favorite Brandy song on this list. Again, favorite Brandy song on this list. Number one, Almost Doesn't Count. Number two, Broken Hearted. Number three, Baby. Number four, I Want to Be Down remix. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, favorite Brandy song on this list. Number one, Almost Doesn't Count. Two, Broken Hearted. Three, Baby. And number four, I Want to Be Down remix. There's a difference, the remix, you know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Me personally, I love all these songs. All these songs is super duper fire. Shout out to Tremont in the building. Appreciate you as always, my dude. But again, all these songs is super duper fire. Almost doesn't count as fire to me. Top tier on the Brandy list. Broken Hearted though. Broken Hearted though. Broken Hearted though. Now if they would have said the Broken Hearted remix with her and Wanye, then I would have went with that. I Wanna Be Down the remix. Y'all going with that in the chat. Y'all going with that one in the chat. That remix, I Wanna Be Down, MC Light. Y'all saying, which I said in chat, Tremont, or it got to be 4 all day, the MC Light, Yo-Yo, Queen Latifah versus, exactly, those are fire verses, and that video was hard. That black and white, you know, then it went into the regular, that video was tough. But I gotta go with Baby though. That Baby, just as a track, no video, just a song. I gotta go with Baby on this joint. Baby is fire, so I'm going with Baby on the list. In the chat, shout out to Seath in the building. He's a weirdo, but shout out to you. Shout out to Trez. You finna spit a verse though. Yeah, y'all want me to spit a verse? Y'all want me to spit a verse? So I'm going with I'm going with Baby in the chat. I'm seeing I Wanna Be Down remix in the chat. I also seen 2. Yeah, so I'm seeing a mix. So in the chat, y'all, it's a mix answers. Again, I'm going with Baby. The rest of the world at 41%. Mind y'all, 19,000 people voted on this. They went with number 2, Broken Hearted at 41%. I'm kind of not surprised, because Broken Hearted is fire. It is fire. But that remix, though, with her and Wanye, if y'all know who Wanye is one of the singers from Boyz II Men. That version of it was fire. That took it to a whole nother level, in my opinion. Them going back and forth. They actually was a couple at that time, or or seeing each other, whatever the case may be, so you can hear all that emotions in the song. So for me, I'm going with Baby, but if they would have went with the Broken Hearted remix, I would have agreed with everybody else. Shout out to y'all in the chat showing love. Again, I do drop videos daily. Whether they're videos or shorts, I drop them daily. So keep engaging. I've been seeing the engagement go up. I do answer those engagements in the videos. If you're trolling, of course I won't answer you. But even if you have an opinion that I don't agree with, I'll still answer it. You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all that support the pod. All right, y'all, moving on to our next popular opinion question. Oh, okay, I got this right. So, biggest winner of the 2026 NBA draft. Biggest winner of the 2026 NBA draft. This is going to be interesting for some of y'all basketball fans. Y'all swear y'all basketball fans. So some of y'all basketball fans, I can't wait to see y'all answer. So the biggest winner of the 2026 NBA draft. Number 1, the Utah Jazz. Number 2, Oklahoma City Thunder. Number 3, Washington Wizards. Number 4, the field, meaning like everybody else. So again, I would love to know what y'all think about this in the chat. Again, why did it came up like that? Okay. Again, biggest winner in the 2026 NBA draft. Number 1, Utah Jazz. Number 2, Oklahoma City Thunder. Number 3, Washington Wizards. Number 4, the field. They saying it's the field, like everybody else, but not them. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. For me, when you go down the list, Utah really helped themselves. Getting a guy like Darren Peterson, he's a bucket, he's smooth, he has a quick trigger, he's plug and play. And Utah already got a little team over there. They got themselves a solid point guard that's only going to get better. Lauren Marketing is a good stretch forward, good 3. He can shoot that thing. JJ under there, he also could shoot a little something. He's a real presence there. We got to see what Ace Bailey's going to do, in my opinion. But I think they have a team that's worthy of making a playoff push. especially if some of these players develop in a way that they develop. Oklahoma City, though. Oklahoma City, we talking about the biggest winner from the draft, though. For me, is Oklahoma City because with a Amara, and they also got the point guard from Iowa. You gave yourself depth. You gave everything that you need to face off against the teams like Minnesota and San Antonio. It's a three-horse race in that Western Conference. And in order to beat San Antonio, you need guards. Not only starters, but you need guys off the bench. And then they also addressed depth, like a guy like a Deamara to go against Wimbiana, along with Chet Holmgren, along with Isaiah Hartenstein. So, me personally, based on OKC's draft, to me, OKC had the best draft. So I'm going to say the biggest winner of the 2026 NBA draft is OKC. Washington with AJ the banter, they're going to be better, but I don't have Washington no higher than maybe 11th place in the whole East. Do y'all understand how strong the East is this year? So, and I don't have no faith in Anthony Davis. So, the biggest winner in the draft to me is the OKC Thunder. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my dog Tree Man going in the chat. It has to be Washington Wizards landing the #1 pick and getting a true do it all wing like AJ DeBanza to pair alongside Trey Young and Anthony Davis is a dream scenario. If Anthony Davis don't play full seasons, bro, he like anytime his name is in trade talks, he not all in. So if Anthony Davis was healthy, all in, then of course, man, this is a different group. But he's not, man. He hasn't been in a minute, dog. He's a front runner player. He only likes to play when he feels like he has a team around him. He not gonna go out there and get it regardless who's with him or not. So I disagree. But shout out to you though. Shout out to you showing love in the chat. So again, biggest winner of the 2026 NBA draft. The chat has went with Washington. I'm saying Washington in the chat. Me personally, I went with the OKC Thunder. So again, shout out to the chat. The rest of the world at 33%. Mind y'all, literally 33,000 people voted on this. That's the first on the show. So 33%. And this was a very tight race, obviously, when it's 33%. 33%, excuse me, hold up. 38%. Whoa, I was about to say, that sounds crazy. 38%, excuse me. The 8, I thought the 8 was a 3. No, I thought the 3 was an 8. Y'all know what I'm saying. I thought, right, it's 38%. At 38%, the rest of the world, mind you, 33,000 people voted on this, went with the Utah Jazz. They went with the Utah Jazz. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Darren Peterson, he's must-see TV. He's box office. But at the end of the day, they got a good team. They got a young team, but they're not proven yet. So I think he's going to be just fine. But is Ace Bailey, is he going to develop the way he needs to for them to make that playoff push? Is some of the other young guys going to be able to develop so they can make that playoff push? Is JJ going to be the leader of that team? Is Lauren Markkinen going to be the leader of that team? Setting the tone with the 3-ball and on defense? Like, this is going to be very interesting to see the Utah Jazz. But I think they're a solid group, though, I must say. I think they're a solid group. Very solid group, for sure. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, tapping in, hit them likes, hit the 100s. It does help with the growth of the show. Shout out to my dog CC in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. My guy in the building, man. Appreciate you as always, y'all. All right, so moving on to our next segment, our barbershop talk. I was in the barbershop yesterday, and this subject came up, and we'll rap about it for a few seconds. Is it, I'm trying not to say a certain word, so just stay with me. Is it ladylike for other men to put on other men jewelry? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Is it ladylike for men to put on other men's jewelry? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. The reason why this came up because we was talking about something and somebody say, hey man, that's, that situation is real ladylike, because I've had a situation where I've had, sets and all this stuff, doing videos or doing something with movies. And, I had like different of my pieces changing it, changing into my different pieces. And somebody that I know put on like one of my pieces just to put it on. And I'm looked at him like, what the hell are you doing? He was like, no, I'm just checking it out. Take my shit off. What's up with you, right? And none of this is to brag, but I thought it was weird, right? Just why would you put on another man piece, even if you feel like it's nice or whatever the case may be? And that goes in any type of jewelry, ring, watch, chain, bracelet, doesn't matter, right? But is it female like for a man to put on another man's jewelry? In the barbershop, and mind you, the ladies be ear hustling because you got the barbershop on one side and you got the salon on the other, right? Obviously, the ladies thought that was weird. And the fellas thought that was weird. And that was the first time it was like unanimous. Like, there's no reason why a man should put on another dude's jewelry. That's just not a man's move. Even if you trying to finesse, even if you trying to front, even if like whatever you trying to do, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. So guys, don't do that. Don't brag on other people's stuff. Like I also have a friend that he seen somebody in a nice car, and that person pulled up. He's like, "Hey man, that's a nice car. My cousin got one." So what? Do you have one? Just say that, yo, bro, that's a nice car, and just shut up. There's no need to say, hey, my cousin have one, or my next door neighbor has one, or my uncle's best friend it doesn't make sense. So keep it cool. So I see y'all in the chat. It has to be that's completely that's completely changed the franchise trajectory. Night option 3. Okay, so you went back to you talking about popular opinion. Okay, so you're talking about popular opinion. Personally, I wouldn't do it. A man's jewelry, especially rings, chains, especially his personal or sentimental value. That's a fact, man. Shout out to Tremont in the building, man. Appreciate you for that. Appreciate you for that, man. Thanks. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a weird thing to do. I've never even thought to do it. Like obviously, if you go to a jewelry store, you find your pieces, but I've never seen any of my friends have something that I like. They be like, yeah, let me try this on. Now, if it's my brother, then that's a different thing. I mean, he was like, when my brother was alive, you know what I'm saying? He's my big brother. He's 11 years older than me. Like, yo, I like them kicks right there. When you go outside, best believe I'm taking those. I'm taking those. Like, there's a few times my older brother caught me and I had his kicks on, and he like, yo, what you doing with my kicks? I'm like, yo, you just gotta hold that down. Like, you just gotta keep it cool. You know what I mean? So it's been a few times, but outside of that, to me, that's just weird motion. Shout out to Tremont, unless it's an heirloom passed down from your dad or grandfather wearing another dude's jewelry. Just feels a bit too intimate and weird to me. That's a fact. I agree wholeheartedly. Shout out to my cousin Leaf. I don't believe Anthony Davis neither, but their roster don't look bad on paper. I don't like Washington's depth at all. I don't like their depth. Their depth is not the worst in the world, but I did the roster checks. They not moving me. They're off the bench is not good enough to offset their starting five. Their starting five is not even great. It's improved, but it's not great. I don't believe in Washington at all. I don't. Anthony Davis as a front runner, I don't believe in him at all. I got to be honest with you. And either he's going to be hurt, either he's not going to play. I just don't believe in him. AJ is going to be really good, like his game. Um, Trey is going to be Trey if he works with. It's just not enough. It's not enough to compete in that East. The East is loaded. They loaded. I have a Washington at best at 11. I'm being nice when I say at 11, because that means they got to be better than. What's my list? You got me pull up my damn list now. Where's my list? Go to my list. You got me pull up my list, cuzzo. So in the East in itself, right? You mean to tell me that Washington is going to be better? And this is the lower teams. I do the whole East real quick. Knicks, Cavs, 76ers, Hawks. You can mix that up how you want to. Heat, Pacers, Celtics, Magics. That's 8 right there. That's 8. Now, Magics may drop because of the new coach. And not to say he's a bad coach, it's just his new coaching. But they could be better. And people count out the Magics all the time, and all they do is win, right? Then after that, I still haven't mentioned the Pistons. Still haven't mentioned the Raptors. That's 10th place. The Wizards is not better than the Hornets right now. No. Nope. Nets, I don't see the Wizards being better than the Nets. I don't. I got the Wizards at 13. And right after the Wizards is Bulls and Bucks. Like, people don't realize how deep the East is. The East is deep this year. That's going to be that's a hard conference, though. I'm not going to hold you. That's a hard conference. Don't believe them at all. But yeah, going back to barbershop talk real quick, guys, don't do it. If you try on another man's jewelry, whether it's your brother, brother, I guess brothers don't count, but I guess brothers don't count. But you get the point that I'm going with this, right? It's just so weird. And you can't brag on it because it's not yours. So just don't do it. It's a weird thing. And the barbershop had it right. The ladies said it, but the fellas was really saying it in the barbershop. So shout out to all of y'all in the chat. All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment. Moving on to our must-hear music. Y'all know I'm going to give y'all some fire must-hear music, whether it's new or old, whether it's hip-hop and R&B, reggae. What's another genre? What I do last time? I did gospel last time. It's just going to be fire. So my 3 Michael Jackson awards goes to these 3 fire songs by this profile artist. So my profile artist of the night is the legendary Usher. I'm going to give y'all 3 fire songs that most of y'all probably don't even know. And y'all better put this on y'all playlist and bump these immediately. All right. So my first Michael Jackson award goes to Usher's song, Bedtime. Fire song. Fellas, if you're trying to set the mood, put on Bedtime. The ladies gonna thank you for it. Your body gonna thank you later. But the ladies is gonna be like, oh, word, that's the type of time you on. Oh, this is kind of nice. You got the lights real low. Thank me later. You know what I'm saying? Second Michael Jackson award song by Usher is Come Back. Fire song and very underrated on his playlist. I don't think he even plays Comeback in his concerts. Usher, if this gets to you, play Comeback in your concerts. That song is fire. It is a top tier Usher song. When you talk about the vocal arrangement, when you talk about the beat, you talk about the style, Comeback is fire. And my third final Michael Jackson award goes to Usher's song, Just Like Me. One of my favorite absolute songs featuring Little Kim. One of my favorite absolute songs by Usher. Fire song. Make sure y'all put those 3 songs on your playlist again by Usher. Number 1, Bedtime. Number 2, Come Back. And number 3, Just Like Me. So those are my 3 Michael Jackson awards for this episode. Appreciate y'all tuning and tapping in. All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment. Y'all already know we about to get on that flight and send them the turkey or non, send them the turkey or non. Y'all know the rules of the game. We type in T to send it to turkey, or we type in N not to send it to turkey. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. If this is your first time tuning in, it's your boy Ashley Lovechild. Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast, episode 275. We're on every Wednesday, every Sunday at 10:30. All right, y'all, moving on to our next one. So first, send them the turkey or nah of the night. Jermaine Dupri is suing Sony Music. Sony Music. Oh, sorry, the article popped in and out. Sorry. Jermaine Dupri sues. Jermaine Dupri sues Sony Music for $18 million over unpaid royalties. Again, let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, Jermaine Dupri sue Sony Music for $18 million over unpaid royalties. Again, let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Shout out to Tremont. He said hits, one of the greatest R&B slow jams ever recorded. That Usher joint, right? Yo, Usher got a lot of big music, a lot of music that people know like worldwide, but Usher got joints like for like real joints. When you trying to set the mood, man, play that list I told y'all about. Play that list. Play them 3 songs. It's guaranteed to go down. Especially if you ain't getting none yet. Especially if you ain't getting none yet. If it's the first time, this is gonna set the mood. Trust me. Alright, y'all. So again, let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Jermaine Dupri sues Sony Music for $18 million over unpaid royalties. Again, let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. It does help with the growth of the show. Again, let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Me personally, looking at this with Jermaine Dupri, I can't send him to Turkey. I can't. It's $18 million over unpaid royalties. This is easy. This is easy. Like Sony Music have so many artists money locked in. And mind you, a lot of these artists then help change the face of the culture just with the impact of the music being so good, being so great the way that it was. And these people can't even get their money. Now, if they don't have 18 million for Jermaine Dupri, I can't imagine for the artists who are bigger than Jermaine Dupri. And it's honestly, that's not many artists overall that's bigger than Jermaine Dupri as an artist and of course as a producer, writer, whatever you may say. So Def, there's not many people that has a catalog like Jermaine Dupri, period. So $18 million, that number to me doesn't sound like it's coming out of nowhere if you know his catalog. Not just the music that he's done, but music that he, again, produced for other major artists that was out of this world fire. So 18 million, in my opinion, doesn't sound like it's out of nowhere. But when I think about this even further, it leaves a stain for everybody else, because if they're not paying Jermaine Dupri, just think about all the other artists who's not Jermaine Dupri, who haven't reached the status, that haven't made the way that they made. I mean, mind you, Jermaine Dupri came out pre-golden era of hip-hop, pre-golden era where it was more so important to be good and to be great at what you do opposed to being famous. Just think about that for a second. So if they did Jermaine Dupri like that, can you imagine how many more artists that they doing like that don't even know that Sony is basically taking all their money? And I don't care what nobody say. Every little bit counts. If you think about Sony Music and all the artists they put out throughout the years, And let's say on the lower end, they go unpaying 100 past artists, and that generates millions upon millions of dollars, then that matters. And the whole purpose of buying or owning a record company is to own music, own the catalog, because you're constantly going to make money off of the catalog. You're constantly going to make money off the music. And these people can't even get their just due. So shout out to Jermaine Dupri. I can't send this to Turkey at all. And this also, and I don't want to put me into it, but it also just make me more thankful and grateful that I remember there was times where I was offered major label deals and I did not take them because I seen the value of myself. The very first lawyer that I sat down with, he says, yes, this deal is ass. If you take this deal, okay, you'll be famous. Yes, you'll be a part of the industry, but you probably won't make another dollar. And he meant that. And what he was saying is basically they have ways to hiding the money. Even when you do a forensic, when you do a forensic account, like you're doing an audit, like a forensic audit of all your money. That takes time. Be like, yo, what did I generate so that way I could get paid properly? That shit takes time in the music business. And he simply said this to me: would you rather share 7 figures with 20 people or 6 figures with one? He said that. I got up and got the hell up out of there. And this also goes to the stigma, especially in the early 2000s. And of course, later than that, if you wasn't signed to a major label, people looked at you like as if you was bugging, or if you wasn't good, or you wasn't great, or you wasn't successful, or you, because you're not standing with the Diddy and standing with this person and that person, you are not successful. When that was the biggest or one of the biggest blessings ever. Being a part of an era that doesn't requires gatekeeping, doesn't lead to somebody owing me $18 million. So I can't send that man to Turkey. Shout out to my dog Cole, Raph, Rowan in the building, one of our day ones in the building, one of my mods. Make sure y'all talk to me nice because he don't play. Make sure y'all step right. Shout out to my dog Cole, Raph, Rowan in the building. He said audio is on point tonight. Appreciate that, my brother. I aim to please, you know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of surprised because we had a crazy storm in Florida. Anytime it rains all day in Florida, that's never a good thing. Normally in Florida, it rains really hard for about 20 minutes. And then it looked like it never rained at all that day. But all day it's been like raining hard all day. And then right before we came on air, it knocked out the power. So, you know what I'm saying? Now we here. Shout out to my dog Rowan in the building. All right, y'all, moving on to our next sending the turkey or no, sending the turkey or no. Again, y'all know the rules in the chat. We type in T to send it to Turkey, or we type in N not to send it to Turkey. A Louisiana man is arrested after police says that he choked a 9-year-old boy over his hair allegedly being cut in his sleep. Again, a Louisiana man arrested after the police said he choked a 9-year-old boy over his hair allegedly being cut while he was sleeping. Again, I would love to know your thoughts about this in the chat. Appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in. Don't forget to hit them likes, hit them 100s. It does help with the growth of the show. Me personally, I can't send him to Turkey, y'all. I can't. All right. The choke is it's a bit excessive. It's a bit excessive. But I seen the picture. I'm looking at this dude picture. I got the article pulled up right now. I'm looking at this dude picture. And it looks bad. It looks bad. The boy needed it. He needed his ass whooped. Yes. Yes, he needed his like. All right, I'm gonna keep it real with you, right? Sexual violence against children, I'm gonna go left. Anytime kids are abused sexually, I'm gonna go like I go to jail for stuff like that because I'm putting my life on the line to protect the child. But when they just simply need their ass whooped, that's all this is. They saying allegedly, like he allegedly cut his hair. So who else cut the dude's hair? Who else? Who else thought it would be funny to cut this grown man's hair while he was sleeping? Who else? So I can't send them to Turkey. Sometimes these kids need their ass whooped. And I don't know if it's just this era, but this era is just super duper soft when it comes to kids. And I get it. Sexual stuff, I get it. I get that all day. But some kids just need their ass whooped. There's a lot of these kids out here that's super duper bad. And if you were to whoop their ass at 9 years old, they wouldn't be crazy as hell at 15, 16, and 17. So the choke sound a little excessive. I'm not going to hold you. Yo, do you know how mad you got to be to choke somebody, let alone a kid? Just choking them. Just, yo, you cut all my hair, right? But he definitely needed his ass whooped. Like, what made that kid feel so comfortable with that adult that he thought it would be funny to cut his hair? I've never been around any kids that thought it was funny if they was to cut my hair. I've never been around a kid that thought it would be funny to cut my pop's hair or my mother's hair or my brother's hair. I've never been around that. So if he did do this, they saying allegedly, but if he did do this, he deserved his ass whooped. Not choked out, like, you know what I'm saying? You just choking out. Like, so you mean to tell me the police popped up and he was on top of the kid like this shit? Like, come on, like, the kid needed to get his ass whooped. Choked out is a bit excessive because choked out could lead to other stuff, but he needed his ass whooped for sure. There's no kid that should feel comfortable cutting an adult's hair in their sleep. I don't care if it's mom or dad, brother or sister. That shit is not funny. And some people be like, yeah, hair grow back. Yeah, nah, some people it don't. Some people it don't. And it's not for you to do that. Somebody's hair journey is between them and God and how they live. Who are you to tell somebody it grows back? That's like stealing money from somebody that gets money. It's like, yo, you're only going to get more money. That's not for you to take, bro. That's a crime. Who are you? Imagine if you make enough money where you get excessive groceries and out of the goodness of your heart, you got neighbors that go without from time to time. And in order to help them, you come by and you give them a care package. They get so used to the care package when you don't come around, they're like, yo, you like, what's my shit? Whoa. I do this from the goodness of my heart. Don't be expecting nothing. Like, I'm doing this I thought you would appreciate something like that. Now I do, but I'm saying, like, where's it at? Oh, you think this is, so like, you can't tell somebody, yo, you just going to get that back, hair grow back. And that's not the same juice for everybody. Some people can't grow their hair. And when they cut their hair, that's it. It is never the same after that. Especially if they over a certain age. Yeah, nah, I'm not jacking that at all. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Y'all going in the chat. Shout out to Tremont. I see you, Tremont, going in the chat. He's saying Turkey, choking a 9-year-old child until he passes out over a haircut is absolute madness. I disagree on that, brother. They saying send it to Turkey. Send them Turkey. I don't care how mad you are about a prank or a bad haircut. You should never put hands on a defenseless child like that. We don't know if that kid was defenseless. Like some 9-year-olds just develop a little differently, but I get it. Choking a 9-year-old is excessive, but he needed his ass whooped for sure. For sure, he needed his ass whooped. Like at some point, when do we whoop ass? We want to stop having bad kids. He need to get his ass whooped. Shout out to Rowan. Sounds like Homer Bart Simpson episode. Ash Ash taking hair personal. And not hair is personal. Hair is personal, bro. To me, that's personal. That's a personal thing. Your hair journey is between you, how you live your life, and God, yo. I don't think I understand this shit. Like my great grandfather, my grandfather, my dad, all of those men was bald as shit by the time they was like 25. I have another brother, lost all his hair at 25. You see your boy Ash? I avoided the curse. I avoided that shit. So if somebody was to prank me, adult or child, and think it would be funny to cut my hair, cut my braids. My joint come down to my neck. You what? And I keep it tied up in the back. See, y'all don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? It come down. You cut my dog. Woo. Y'all ever seen Pootie Tang? Oh Lord, it's gonna be biblical. It's gonna be something. Yeah, the world gonna hear about this ass whooping for sure. Shout out to Tremont. Thank goodness the family took him to the hospital and called the police immediately, lock him up. Shout out to we got Rowan Jack in the building. I mean Rowan in the building, and we got Ruin 12 in the building. My dog's one of my other day ones, one of our big badge holders, one of our mods in the building. Y'all better talk to me nice. Nah, choking a child, bro. Let's jump that man. Nah, Ashley. Shout out to Tremont. Nah, Ashley. Laughing my ass off. You do have a point, but that's messed up. Rowan Samson with the hair though. And I'm trying to tell you, man, Samson and Delilah, man, your strength is in your head, bro. My thing is this. You don't get to tell somebody that, yo, it's cool. Like, if they didn't do it, then you don't do it for them, yo. Like, do you know how personal a mustache is? Do you know how personal? So if you got a nice looking mustache and somebody thought it would be funny to cut your mustache so you be walking around here looking like a perv, y'all will have a problem with that. Yo, but it's just a mustache that's going to grow back. Yo, that wasn't your choice. See, that kid need his ass whoop, yo. He need his ass whoop. Y'all not going to get me to change my mind on that. That kid needed his ass whoop, for sure. He needed his ass whoop. Nah. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Everybody saying Turkey. They sending the man to Turkey, but nah. I can't send this man to Turkey. Now, the choke was OD. That's it. That is ODing. I'm agreeing with y'all with that. But the kid needed his ass whooped, though. He needed the ass whooping. And what other adults is condoning this shit? I guarantee you the adults that are around won't be able to control that kid by the time he's like 16. We just heard about the man in New York that was unalived by his 17-year-old stepson. Unalive because he was always stepping to him, and the wife was like, yo, chill, nah, that's my son. Oh, well, that's just, all right, cool. All right, cool. And that boy unalived that father. Unalived him. The kid went on the run. The mother didn't know what to do. You can't handle him. If you would have whooped his ass at 9 years old, you wouldn't be doing that. All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment. Hey, man, y'all already know what time it is. It is time to wrap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps, where you get to find us some movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, snaps.com. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, snaps.com. First hot topic of the night. Big Tigger, a second video released of him and his lady. I don't know for sure if that's his wife or girlfriend, long time girlfriend. I don't know. But him and his lady in the house and their altercation, which led to Big Tigger being arrested, domestic violence charges, child endangerment charges. I seen the video, and that was not that wasn't domestic violence, bro. That wasn't domestic violence, bro. Even in the first video, it revealed to me what I already thought happened. And what I saw in the first video was his lady reaching for his phone, grabbing his phone, and he's trying to grab his phone from behind her. She putting the ass on him to block him out so he won't grab his phone back from her. So they just tussling for the phone. And he's like behind her, but he's not like manhandling her. He really is reaching for the phone. So much to the point it spills out into the other room, which looks like the entrance area. And she falls on the floor and she starts crying. So quite naturally, when a woman falls on the floor and starts crying, a man is like, yo, come on, man. Like, I ain't trying to be doing this with you, man. Like, this looks crazy. Their son comes in, or their or nephew, whoever the kid is, he starts yelling. And he yells, you're literally standing on her. This is what he yells. You're literally standing on her. To Tigger, you're literally standing on her. My eyes didn't see him standing on her. He was standing over her because they was tussling for the phone. He didn't fall and she did. But he's still trying to get his phone. So at the end of the day, that's not like it's come on, like, when are we gonna keep this shit real? Like, you got two people that's having a situation. This is not their best moment, but he not in there whooping ass. She not in there whooping his ass. They tussling over the phone for a phone that she should not be in his business anyway. I don't care if that's the wife, the girlfriend. If it's not your possession, then keep your hands off of it. I said this shit before. I've never seen people look for something, and when they don't find it, they feel like, oh, damn, I'm relieved. You're really not cheating on me. I'll trust you now. We've never seen that. And if you have to check your person's phone to make sure that they're not cheating, guess what? You're the problem. Why? Because you have to check. When you're in a relationship, whether you're married or whether you're in a relationship that you really want to be with, you want to be with this person, correct? So if they cheat and you found out that they cheat, they did you a favor because you're not down for it. Or you can accept it and y'all can move on. But in this instance, this is not your phone. He didn't grab her phone. Now, it would be completely different. She's on her phone. He grabs her phone. And then they get into the order. This his phone. It's his person. Keep your hands to yourself and keep your hands off possessions that is not yours. He's trying to get his phone. So I understand it. Now, is it a good look? Hell no, this shit look terrible. It just looks terrible. It's not a good look, but this is not domestic violence. The judge will see this stuff and he's going to throw the case away. He's probably going to give both of them something, in my opinion. And then come to find out, I believe the mother or the wife, or, I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm just going to call her the wife. I believe that the wife is also charged with either child endangerment or some sort of kidnapping charge, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure on that regard, but I'm getting mixed articles right now, and I'm not sure if this is legit or AI, but I've seen the actual video, so I'm speaking on the actual video. That shit wasn't domestic violence. So the kid is screaming out, you're stepping on her. He said, you're stepping on her. He wasn't stepping on her. No. And also, he yells out, you could buy a new phone. Again, here we go with this bullshit where, yeah, you could grow more hair. You could buy a new phone. Who are you to tell me what I can and cannot buy? How do you know that I don't want to save my money not to buy a new phone? Why do I have to buy a new phone? Because of her insecurity. And that goes vice versa. If a man takes your phone, ladies, because he's insecure, he gets mad and throws your phone or breaks your phone. He don't have the right to do that just because you can buy a new phone. When did we get to this place where people do stuff and we're like, all right, cool, like I could just buy a new one? You can, but why should you? This is not their business. Even when you are married, even when you're in a relationship, it's not your business. If somebody's cheating on you and you find out, cool. If you down, you move on. If you ain't down, if you're not down, you move on. If you are down, then you move on in the relationship. Like, all right, cool, all right, whatever. And it is what it is. It's still not yours. You're agitating the situation. And that goes vice versa. Shout out to the chat. Y'all going in the chat. What the F kind of name is Big Tigger? Big Tigger been popping since the 90s. This Big Tigger from the basement. He been popping from the 90s. Shout out to Rowan. Did he bounce her ass? Nah, he didn't bounce her. Again, she fell. They was tussling for the phone and she fell. She started screaming. And of course, when kids hear mommy screaming, automatically dad or the father figure, he's looked at as a piece of crap, right? So shout out to Treeman. The way he aggressively screamed, you can buy a new phone, Mr. Tigger. Like Tigger has a corporate salary and a bank account. It's sending me. He's not playing about his mama. It's okay. He will bounce back. Dumbass tussle. Uh, shout out to Tree Bud. You're literally stepping on her. The absolute betrayal in his voice. He really thought Tigger turned into a cold-blooded villain right in front of them. Yeah, and I get it. I get it. When you see a man and woman going through something, and you hear her cry and you hear her go down, automatically you want to protect mama. You want to protect your sister. In certain situations, they don't need protection. They don't. And in certain situations, they're the problem. They're the problem. This doesn't make up for the fact if he did do something else outside of what we see in the video. That's not what's being reported. They didn't say he did anything else outside of the video. They're saying what he did in the video, that's domestic violence. And it's not. That wasn't domestic violence. It didn't look good, but it wasn't domestic violence. And it's just so crazy that we just automatically, it's just something about when we hear our sisters, our mamas, our aunties cry and they feel like they need help. And we looked at the dude that's always the villain when he's probably not in the wrong. Shout out to Street Illuminati. Appreciate you for tapping in. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. It does help with the growth of the show. Appreciate you tapping in, my guy. Shout out to Tom, my dog Tom. Ashley, somebody got to look at these women lying. We can't believe all women. They messing it up for the ones that are really telling the truth. That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, mind you, if we never had access to these videos, we would have secretly been thinking like, yo, damn, maybe Big Tigger in the crib, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really, like, he putting boot to ass to his wife. But after seeing the video, this is not domestic violence. I already said what it was. These two people was tussling for a phone that was not hers. It was his phone. It doesn't matter what she was checking for, whether if he was cheating, wasn't cheating, that doesn't matter. It's still not her possession. I would feel the same way if he was reaching for her phone and it's not his phone. What are you reaching for her phone? What are you looking for? And people don't go looking and have that type of energy to take your phone unless they think you're doing something. And again, if you're going to look for something or trying to figure out if somebody's cheating on you, then that says something about you, not them. If you feel like they're cheating on you, why wait for the proof? Why wait for the proof? Why wait for the proof if you think somebody's really cheating on you? Why wait for the proof? Why go through all of that? Is it worth it? Did it help fix it? No. All right, so now the person give you access to their phone. right? Okay, you can check my phone. Go ahead, check my phone. Yeah, go ahead, check my phone. Go through the phone, don't find nothing. Did it cure your curiosity? Stop me when I start. Like, what? I guess I'm not making sense. I'm not making sense. That don't make sense to me. So again, the second video dropped with Big Tigger and wife having their, tussle in the house. To me, this is not domestic violence. He's not in there whooping her ass. She's not in there whooping his ass. They had a situation. It got a little ugly. It makes it worse when you have the kids around or whoever that kid was, because we never saw the kid face. We just hear a kid-like voice in the background, and it just makes it sound worse. It makes Tigger look like the villain. And at this point in time, I believe Tigger also had to walk away or step down from his radio position for a little while, which again, like, and it also messes up the finances. Again, was this shit worth it? And in some people's eyes, they be like, yeah, you got to understand how she feeling. Fuck how she feel. Doesn't matter how she feel. And it kills me when we talk about emotional intelligence, and when it's time to display emotional intelligence, where's the emotional intelligence? Again, vice versa. If this was her and her phone, and he grabbed the phone looking to go through her phone, and she's like, yo, give me my phone, I would be on her side, because one, keep your hands to yourself, and two, keep your hands off other people's shit. It's not yours. So the fact that the kid said you could just buy another phone, who the fuck are you to tell this man he could buy another phone? Yo, this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. Shout out to the chat. Ashley, somebody gotta look. Okay, so I got that one. Shout out to my dog Tom. When a woman lies, she gets to go about her life. When a man lies, it destroys his whole life. That is a fact. That is a fact. I watch. I think I'm joking. I watch Fatal Attraction all the time. There was a woman that was cheating on her boyfriend and lined him up to lose his life. Lined him up. She lined him up. The dude she was cheating with went to jail for life. His homeboy went to jail for life because, and get this, she was state's evidence. She turned state's evidence. So basically, she cheated on her dude, got her new dude to unalive her old dude, the dude that she goes home to. Then the cops use her to put them away for life, and she only did 7 years. She out right now in 2026. She's walking around. Yo, this is real out here. Ashley, what happens to if you feel a way about a person with why you're not picking up? Excuse me, let me read that over. Ashley, what happens to if you feel a way about the person you're with? Why not pick up and leave the situation? Why wait for any proof? Why look for in any phone? Just leave the person alone. Facts. Facts. I'm like that. If I feel like somebody cheating, I'm out. I don't need to look for nothing. I don't go through any of the women that I date phones. I don't go through no woman phone. But any woman that I date, or it's my girlfriend or my fiance, somebody I'm on the verge of marriage, whatever the case may be, even if it was a wife of mine, I'm not going through a phone. I don't need to go through a phone. I know what type of woman she is. At any time I feel like the type of woman that she is in doubt, I'm gone. I am gone. That's crazy. I don't need to go look for nothing. And then on top of that, it's not my possession. It's basically stealing. Because they didn't give me access. It's basically stealing. That's basically stealing. Shout out to Tremont in the building. An 18-year-old college football left behind on an island by the friends, ends up dead in the water, but they claim no foul. Oh, okay, you talking about the kid Nolan. Yeah, so again, at the end of the day, this is all the way this ain't it. This ain't it. I think both of them is going to walk away with very minor infractions when it comes to any logistics, anything that happens in law. They did have a tussle, but that wasn't DV, bro. That wasn't DV to me at all. It's unfortunate that they did have that moment and had it in front of whoever that kid was. It got ugly. Could have been avoided, obviously, but when I think of domestic, I think of a man forcefully pushing or hitting or just that's what I think of domestic. That wasn't domestic. So all right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. College football 27, my college football 27 review. If you haven't played college football yet, it is out, the new game. And let me know how y'all feel if y'all played this game already. So let me start here. I did not do Road to Glory yet. I've been hearing nothing but negative about Road to Glory thus far. There hasn't been many positive reviews because they have a lot of these micro like fees that you have to pay to get your player a certain rating in college football Road to Glory. So I haven't did Road to Glory yet. I'm very late to Road to Glory. I'm a very big dynasty person. So I'm literally still on the beginning stages of my dynasty. What I do like is that they made dynasty mode very interactive and they gave us more things to do during dynasty. When you playing 20, 30 years to build your program, it's just more stuff to do and to get used to. They did add NILs and it's a part of recruiting. So if a player wants some money and you don't got no money in, he's not even going to consider you. So they making it very real. The gameplay is decent. It's decent. It's a little bit better defensively than it was a year ago. A year ago, the tune in for the defense was terrible. When that ball is in the air, you couldn't get access to the cornerback or your linebacker fast enough. It was just terrible. And then when you did and trying to line it up, your player go all the way over here. He's not jumping for the ball. It was terrible. It's a bit better regarding that. Um, but the dive, when you do dive tackling, that is ass. I don't know what that is. The dive tackling for the new college football game, it is terrible. They need to fix that immediately. My second thing about the gameplay is that the speed of the game, it feels slow. It feels slow. I thought Madden made the perfect Madden game last year. Perfect Madden game last year. I thought college football 25, that was like French. That was like chef's kiss. That was like chef's kiss. That all they had to do was build on that, but they didn't, right? But Madden last year was perfect. This right here, the game speed, when a ball carrier has the ball, it don't feel like they going anywhere. It feels slow. Last year, I will say they was moving. The game speed felt a whole lot faster last year. Um, so that's what I would say about the gameplay in itself, offensively and defensively. When a running back, like last year, you had a running back that was like an 89 speed with like a 91 acceleration, and he had like a decent change of direction. He was moving. He was moving. But when you got a guy at 93 speed with 94 acceleration with like a 95 change of direction, it don't look like he's moving at all. He looks like he's running in sand. So I don't like the running game speed and I hate the diving tackling on this. The graphics is fire though. The graphics is fire. Loving the graphics, love the detail to the uniform. If anything with the uniform that they still should add, I will also add because they have the midriff. Do the midriff with the shirt under it, but not overlapping the pants. Keep that undershirt like next to the pants, but not under the shoulder pad. So there should be three different midriffs when it comes to the uniform setting regarding that. I love the fact that you could change the undershirt though to any color that's outside of just the team color. That looks real fire too. I like that. I like the hanging mouthpiece. It's kind of cool. I like all the other things that they add. The one sleeve to the leg, that was cool as well. Um, Get rid of mascot mashup. Nobody plays that. I know some people was probably asking for it. That shit is terrible. I've never played mascot mashup. The fact that it's there is just terrible. But I guess that's there for people who are jokey. But get rid of that. That shit is terrible. Ultimate Team. Ultimate Team could be so much better if Ultimate Team, if y'all just had the Ultimate Team. That's what would make it fun. If you had 4 ultimate teams and you could just, rotate with those 4 ultimate teams and just play with those guys, meaning you one ultimate team plays the next, or you take one of the 4 ultimate teams and just play like any of the random teams in college football, that would be fire. That would be fire. I think that would be fire. Or you could take the ultimate team and start a whole nother dynasty. That would be cheating, but y'all get the point that I'm making. So there's other ways to do with that ultimate team. It's not fun just getting the ultimate team and waiting. Like, give us the ultimate team. Have your Barry Sanders, your Herschel Walkers, all these people on one team, and let them either go up against other ultimate teams within the game that y'all built, or we'll play them like in exhibition mode. I'll be fine with that, me personally. They should also add a spring game. Add the spring game. That would make the off season a bit more interactive in Dynasty as well. So that's my college football preview so far. When it comes to Road to Glory, me personally, I Road to Glory should be at least, and I don't know if this is true, but it should be at least 6 high school games, play in the championship, not the whole playoffs, just play in the championship. And of course, go on to college. And if you have major accomplishments in the game, then the points should be added instead of guys paying for their points, because the way they have it is kind of stupid. Because if you're paying to up your player, right, by the time your player is nice, he's going to be graduating. So it's over regardless. Like once that player graduates, you can't take those points and put it on to another player. So I think it's a bit counter productive in my regard. So that is my college football review of 2027. 2025 is still the best one so far. But also, I want to add to as well. What I do like about 2027 so far, I like the fact that Team Builder is a lot better. Team Builder, I'm jacking Team Builder right now. Team Builder is a lot better, adding different things as far as like when you playing a bowl game, how the end zone looks, the different backgrounds for like your custom stadiums. I like that. I would like them to add bigger stadiums though when it comes to custom stadiums. Like you don't want to add a stadium with just 13,000. You're trying to build your program. You want the stadium to be 50,000, 60,000 and above, at least 50,000, right? So I would give more options for the actual stadium builder as far as the stadium and seating. But other than that, Team Builder is lit. I will say that it's very lit. So y'all doing y'all thing with Team Builder for sure. And also with Team Builder, they add chants. They also add sound effects. So if your team is, y'all the Falcons, you can make it when y'all come in this in the stadium, the Falcon sound go off as your team running on the field. If you get a first down, then the crowd chants first down, first down. Like that is lit. You know what I mean? If you score a touchdown, you can do the whole, bomb sound, boom, right? So Team Build, they snapped with Team Builder. I will say that. They definitely snapped with Team Builder. Shout out to Tremont Dynasty Mode having actual NIL management and recruit flips. is a massive step forward. But can we talk about the speed this year? Yeah, the speed of the game. That's what I said. The speed of the game is not that good. It's not that good. It feels very slow. An 18-year-old. Also, I got that one. The movement feels way less automated than last year's. Yeah, I the movement in itself is all right. It just feels slow. And then there's something about being on defense and you're diving for the tackle. That shit is just terrible. It's like y'all should like get rid of that. That shit is terrible. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Nolan Wells' body was found at Horn Island. Cause of death is still yet to be released. Uh, Nolan Wells went on a trip with 4 of his friends. Um, and he's the only one to come back. He was the only one not to come back from this friend's trip. His family asked, like, yo, where's he? Like, where's he at? And the friends told him, let me see this. Hold on, let me pull up the article. His friends told him that he went to meet up with other people. He was told that he went to meet up with other people, so they thought he would have been back already. But mind you, the place that they was at, you could only get to by boat. So you had to take a boat to the plane and then you fly in or whatever the case may be. And he's the only one that didn't come back. Days later or a week later, they did find his body in the ocean. Something stinks here. Something stinks here. And of course, people looking at the kid's race, obviously this is going to be racially motivated, especially after coming off the heels of Carmelo Anthony. You have 3 white kids and a brother on this trip, going fishing or somewhere where only the boat can go, and 3 out of 4 come back. Y'all have his cell phone on top of that, and then you tell the family that he made plans to come back some sort of other way, that they thought he was meeting up with somebody else. Yeah, nah, something stinks. Now, all of these kids, they can't be reached on social media anymore, and they all have lawyered up. If I'm going on a trip with my friend and I come back and give his family his phone and act like I don't know where he's at, my next course of action is to deactivate my social media accounts and to lawyer up. And I'm a teenager on top of that. Yeah, something stinks here. Something really stinks here. And I didn't even get into the racial component of this particular case for real. But something really stinks here. Now, can you imagine if this was the other way around racially? If a white kid goes on a trip with 3 brothers and the brothers come back and they give this family the kid's cell phone and act like, oh, he not back yet? We thought he would have been back. And they deactivated his social media account and they lawyered up. Something stinks here. Somebody's not telling the truth. If something was to happen that could have been an accident, when you're genuinely somebody's friend, this would have been communicated on their way back, in my opinion. In my opinion, this would have been communicated. We had an accident, this and this happened. What? Yeah, this is what happened. And we try to get help. We try to do this. We felt overwhelmed, blah, 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 blah. That wasn't the case here because they lawyered up. They lawyered up. And when you lawyer up, what are you doing? You're trying to find your legal options to get out of whatever that happened. That's the whole purpose of lawyering up. Something stinks here. Something stinks here. I don't know who they think they trying to fool, but something happened. Something happened, and it's just too much for nobody not to know nothing. I'm not even going to turn it into a joke because because I brought that up on purpose because of the Bad Boy movie. But the purpose is too much going on for nobody not to know nothing. It's not like they went to Great Adventures and it's a big theme park. You just never know what happens. Nah, they went on a fishing trip to this island or this little area that the only way you could get there is by boat. And nobody know nothing. Yeah, nah. You could miss me all the way with this one. You can miss me all the way with this one. I'm gonna be looking at this moving forward at this case. Something stinks. Like I said, I'm not even so. The racial component is obvious. It's obvious. But that just, again, if we stay on the racial component, if this was 3 brothers and a white dude, how you think this would have played out so far? Now let's take away the racial component. Let's just say human to human. If somebody's your friend and something happened, you lawyer up. It's me, y'all. It's me. It's me. It's just me. It's just me. It's me. Because it's no way that flies. As a parent, that could never fly. That could never fly. As a friend, if I'm your friend, something happened to you, yo, I gotta tell your family. I done been to your house. I know your mother. I know your father. So you mean to tell me I gotta look these people in the eye after I done broke bread with them, after I done been around them? Like, I'm part of the family. And I'm gonna look them in the face and lie? Nah, yo. Nah. And that's on every aspect. Friend or parent. That's on every aspect. Something stinks. Something stinks. Something stinks. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic in Time to Rap. Rapper Trick Daddy. I got that wrong. Yeah. No, I said it right. Yeah, rapper Trick Daddy placating to a relevant audience or just telling it like it is. Again, is rapper Trick Daddy placating to a relevant audience or is he just telling it like it is? He has some statements for India Ari that I feel like was a bit out of bounds. India Ari has some statements or made a statement regarding Young Miami's new song Spin That, right? Spin That has been going crazy. It's a big club record. It's one of the biggest records of the summer so far. But she had some comments basically saying, like, where's the creativity in music in itself, right? And what I took from basically of what she said is that there's more to the culture than just that, which it is. Also, what I took from the culture is that regardless of what you listen to, whether it's ratchet, whether it's gangster, whether it's reality, drill, whether it's backpack, whatever type of music that you make, there's influence in everything. And based on your influence, people move a certain way. Now, one, that is true. But at the same time, people do what they can do. They do what they can do, whether it's talent-based or whether that's around. So what do that mean? What do that mean is let people do what they do. Let people make the type of music that they can make because it's true to them. Of course, it's going to have influence because everybody's not everybody, but there's some people somewhere that's going to feel exactly like them. Music is preference based. Whether you want party music, whether you want backpack, whether you want the struggle, whether you want the ratchet, whether you want the bars, whatever that you want, it's there in hip hop. And all hip hop carries some sort of influence because somebody in the world is going to think like that person. Is it that artist's fault because of the influence? No. They doing what they can do. So on that aspect, I do agree. And what happened to being self-accountable to what you listen to? Me personally, I've listened to all types of music ever since I was a kid. Whether it was Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, all these artists came out when I was a kid. It didn't make me want to rob a bank. It didn't make me want to do anything negative in any of the songs that was negative. Listening to NWA, it didn't make me want to carry guns as a child, as a kid. Because I had a mom and a dad. If they knew I had a gun somewhere, they would have leg dropped me both tag team style off the top rope. That wasn't gonna fly. I had a big brother that wasn't gonna fly. And mind you, I grew up fighting. But gun, you got a gun? Yeah, nah. They let me fight, but a gun? So your influence can be bigger than what's in your house, in my opinion. Now you're an adult, you're a teenager. Like, give me a fucking break. Give me a break. So that aspect doesn't fall on Young Miami. She's just making her music to make her music. What I didn't rock with when it came to Trick Daddy, I gotta be honest with you, is that he basically calling her ugly. Whatever your comments is regarding the music comment, keep your music. Why do us as a culture disrespect each other like this when we call each other ugly and all this other shit? And I mean, come on, like Trick Daddy shouldn't be calling nobody ugly. Like, let's keep it real. I mean, I don't judge no dudes for real, but Trick Daddy been out ever since I was like, what, 11, 12 years old? I believe when that song with him and Trina came out, that You Don't Know Now, I was a kid when that came out, and I thought the music was fire. That's a classic song. I'm from Brooklyn, and I heard that song. I seen that video in Brooklyn, and I'm like, damn, yo, this is swaggy. This is fire. So I'm in junior high school. I ain't never heard none of the girls in my junior high school call Trick Daddy cute. Oh, yo, y'all seen Trick Daddy? I've never heard the girl say that. Not in junior high school, college, no, nothing in my adult years. I've heard all the other artists. I ain't never heard no woman talk about no Trick Daddy. So he the last person that should be calling somebody ugly. Now, if your comments is based on the music, then fine. Keep it on the music. Because the influence in music is always going to be influence in some sort of music. It was influence in your music, Trick Daddy. It was influence in Luke music. And mind you, I know about Luke music too. Mr. Miami. Mr. Luke. Miami. You got naked girls. Yeah, that's a video I want to watch. But watching his music videos didn't give me a distorted perception of reality. That's the influence that we're talking about. So whoever that Young Miami is influencing, that's on them. That's on them. Whoever is around them, whoever is influencing them, that's on them. It's a self-accountability, what's on them. And I'm talking about as a kid. I'm not even talking about as an adult. So whatever kids that she's influencing or watching her music video should not make them kids want to be scammers. Kids who are scammers, they're scammers because they want to get to that money. It has nothing to do with Young Miami. But to call somebody ugly and all this other bullshit, that's out of line. Especially when I ain't never heard no woman in none of my lifetimes refer to you. I've never heard a woman be like, damn, Trick Daddy. Like, I just never heard that. So I would keep that cool. Keep that real humble like. Keep your comments on the music. Because how do you uplift somebody, a sister, and then you downgrade another sister? That don't make any sense to me. Regardless of how you feel about her music. Because what I just say, music is preference based. There's somebody out there that think Miami style music is the best music around. There's somebody else that think that go-go music is the best music ever around. There's somebody else that thinks West Coast style rap is the best music around. Or New York style boom bap is the best music around. Or Atlanta 808s music is the best music around. The point of the matter, music is preference based. It doesn't matter what people think is the best. Because there's always influence everywhere in music. Because it's supposed to. It's supposed to make you feel some shit. Music is the ultimate. It's the ultimate. Music can make you smile. It can make you sad. It can make you cry. It can make you come from a situation feeling so confident, feeling so spectacular. It's supposed to be that. But music is also entertainment. So I agree on some aspects when certain music should not be the end or be all on your influence. Shouldn't. I listened to Jay-Z growing up. I ain't never sold a brick in my life. I listened to Biggie Smalls growing up. I ain't never been on the corner nowhere selling no weed. But I love the music. I ain't never do that. So, keep this shit music. Keep it music. Stop disrespecting yourself and disrespecting other people that don't deserve it. When people have an opinion, they have a fucking opinion. And if you have one based on their opinion, cool. And if it happens to be different, cool. But when we start mudslinging and it doesn't need to go there, that shows more on you than the other person. Because I heard dudes before say, yo, NDRE could get it. She got that bunky. Or she looking real chocolatey. I've heard dudes say that. Including me. Now, there's also something to be said about older women hating on younger women that's popping. It's something to be said about that. But her statement didn't come out of hate for Young Miami. No, it ain't come out of hate. That is all preference based. Now, some of the women that do hate on younger women because they popping it and now they are bitter, old, they don't look the same way. There's something to be said about that. That is true for other women who speak on that type of time. But I didn't take NDRE on that type of time at all, even if I found her attractive. Period. NDRE is not somebody that I'm not going to finish that statement because it's going to sound the main point of the matter is that you don't have to disrespect somebody to make your point. You don't. You don't have to downgrade somebody to uplift somebody else. And when something is about music, keep it music. Don't start mudslinging and insulting people based on things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're not, you know what I'm saying? You're throwing rocks at a glass house. So how's that beneficial? And it's so funny, in our culture, this shit is so accepted. Everybody's cool with the disrespect. I ain't cool with the disrespect. And the main thing is too, like, some of y'all know who to disrespect because y'all know people ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all keep it classy out there. Keep it classy. Keep that shit classy. That's never a good look. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic in Time to Rap. And if this is your first time tuning and tapping in, I am Ashley Lovechild. This is the Kenner Brothers Get a Rap podcast, episode 275. That's a lot of episodes, y'all. It's a lot of episodes. When I did 100 episodes, I was like, damn, we did 100 episodes. 200 was like, yo, this is crazy. 300 is unbelievable. So again, I appreciate y'all support each and every episode. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We just went over 14, so continue to like, subscribe, share, hit that all notification bell. It does help with the growth of the show. Also, tap into the membership portion. You get first exclusives with the memberships and take advantage of it. And I also got some new music. We're doing a whole thing with my new album that you're going to get early. I won't even say early. You're going to get extremely early access to. And the link is going to be exclusive for like 2 weeks before everybody else gets it. So, again, I appreciate y'all for y'all support each and every episode. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. Biggest sports views and what does it mean? Biggest sports views and what does it mean? So, for this past year in sports, right, we just wrapped it up with the NBA, right? It was quite funny or interesting, I should say. It was very interesting on how the top 5 sporting events, excuse me, all mapped out within the past year. I thought it was quite interesting. A shout out to Rowan in the building. Music. He said music is a sight. Music is a psych up. Shout out to Rowan in the building. Remember, hit them likes, hit them 100s. So the biggest sports views. So coming in at number 5 for biggest sports views. You said FIFA. You said FIFA. Yeah. All right, so watch this, right? Watch this, right? So we're talking about biggest sports views in the USA, right? So coming in at number 5 is not FIFA. It's actually college basketball. Michigan and the UConn National Championship game, Michigan Championship game came in at number 5 and generated 18.3 million viewers. That is a lot of viewers. Whoa, that's a lot of people. And that came in at number 5. That was number 5, y'all. And that was a good game, too. That was a good game. My Michigan Wolverines and everybody, the whole tournament was like, yeah, y'all ain't gonna win it or whatever. Y'all look good, but y'all ain't gonna win it. So my Michigan Wolverines, we came in at number 5 versus UConn, where we won the championship with 18.3 million views. Now coming in at number 4 is the NBA, Knicks versus the Spurs. I'm kind of surprised. I feel like more people watch that championship or that finals, but 24.5 million views. Coming in at number 3 was the Blue Jays versus the Dodgers. The Toronto Blue Jays versus the LA Dodgers at 25.9 million views. And that's for baseball, MLB. Coming in at number 2, you got college football. The Miami Hurricanes National Championship against Indiana, where Indiana won. That viewership was even higher at 30.1 million views. Wow. So what do that mean, though? Right? What do that mean? And that at a whopping, coming in at number 1, mind you, college football. College football was 30.1 million. 30.1. That's 5 million more than everybody else. But coming in at number 1 is the NFL Seahawks versus the Patriots. Again, listen to this number. Miami and Indiana was 30.1 million. Seattle versus the Patriots was 125.6 million views. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So what do this mean? one, it debunked one of my theories. To me, college football is just better than everything. Me personally, I love college football. The pageantry, the energy, the fans, the players are always great. And what makes college football even great, that there's a kid that we don't know about. He didn't get recruited with the most accolades and the most hype, and he comes out of nowhere, and he is spectacular, right? A kid that we don't even know about. He's in the gym right now. He's running, his extra laps right now. He's doing his extra push-ups right now just to be right for the season. And we don't know this kid name, and he balls out, right? That's the beautiful thing about college football. But the fact that the NFL is at 125.6 million is crazy. That's almost 100 more million than college football. And college football is higher than the MLB, the NBA, and college men's basketball. That is crazy. Now I know FIFA globally is on a whole nother level because it's global. That's different. You're including countries. Countries is different, y'all. So imagine us not having the NBA and we just had one team. Imagine we just had the USA team, right? Imagine all the great players we got in the NBA. Ain't no more NBA. It's just the USA team, and they play other countries. Then basketball would be bigger, right? Same thing with football. So soccer, when it's FIFA, is global. So that's what makes it different in my opinion. Shout out to Rowan. None of the women leads made the list for sure. Yeah, nah. Yeah, there's not. Nah. This ain't a lead. This is a list they're not gonna make for quite a while. I don't think the women's lead in basketball will ever make this list ever. And I'm not saying it to sound sexist or to sound any type of way. Um, the women in today's league can play. They're really good players, but they don't take account to what the viewers want to see. NFL take account of what the people want to see. College football take account what people want to see. College basketball take account what people want to see. Men's baseball take account what people want to see. Shit, men's hockey take account what people want to see. Women's basketball doesn't take account what people want to see. And what do the people want to see? We want to see y'all dunk. Dunking is a exciting part of the game. That's what makes the NBA one of the things about the NBA so good watching it is to see the dunks. Why do you think we get mad as fans when we see teams just come down chucking threes? Get to the damn Baja and throw it on somebody. The NBA All-Star has been asked. A part of the reason is because the dunk, like what happened to the dunks? We need the dunks. So dunking matters. I'd rather watch a high school game than to see women's basketball. And mind you, I watch women basketball in the past and in the present. I've watched y'all play. And I'm talking about the best y'all got. And the best y'all got is some damn good players. Yeah, damn good players. That girl Olivia Miles, she be cooking and be talking it, right? What's the other girl? I can't think of the other girl from. She play on the Aces. Bam's girlfriend, Bam Adebayo girlfriend. She be cooking. I can't think of Asia Wilson. She be busting ass. She nice. She's nice. So I've seen the girls play, or the women play, excuse me. I've seen the women play. They got some damn good players. Damn good players. Tough, hard nosed. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. They shoot the three ball. They got the midi. They got some girls that can really play. I will say that. But I want to see a dunk. I want to see the dunks. Until we see the dunks, y'all views is gonna steadily, I guess, get better. But it's not competing with none of this. This ain't competing with none of this. I believe the girls' college basketball game with Caitlin Clark may have went up to 24 million one year, but I believe that was a championship game, but that wasn't top 5 at that particular year. That wasn't top 5. That wasn't top 5. Can y'all get the views? I mean, it's a possibility, but we want to see the dunks, man. We want to see the dunks, man. I ain't gonna hold you. We want to see the dunks. Y'all, y'all can do everything else. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I don't want to see layups. I don't care how nice the move is. I don't want to see layups every single time. I want to see somebody dunk this shit. So, that, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. For their benefit, I hope I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see it. I want to see the dunks. Shout out to Tremont. It's wild to think about the viewership numbers before the internet era. Football is king, will always be king. That's a fact. Shout out to Rowan. He says Sophie Cunningham. I know who that is. She could play. Sophie Cunningham. She could. I know some of the players. I know some of the players. She's cute too, but I know some of the players. And these girls can play. You never heard me say they couldn't play. I don't want to see layups. I want to see somebody get dunked on, yo. I want to see top tier athleticism with the skill. The girl Olivia Miles, she be cooking, wrap around, step back, cross you, give you the fillet, left, right, don't matter. Either hand you want it. She be cooking with the goggles too. She be going to work. But they all layups. And it's impressive when she do it because she's not tall. It's impressive. But when you got the tall girls not dunking, it's like, what we doing here? I'm seeing layups. So I could watch a high school game and watch dunks. I could see a 6'4" kid get up there, a 6'2" get up there, a 5'11" kid get up there. So, but I wish them well. I wish them well. I'm not a hater. I know some history of the WNBA. I'm not a hater. But that's just what I want to see. I want to see the dunks, man. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. Question, NBA question. They've been saying that the Wizards is going to make, or it's going to be a big uptick this year. I don't believe it. If I had stake in the Wizards, I'm not cashing that shit in this year for them to be a winner. The East is loaded. When it comes to the NBA, the East is better than the West for the first time in a minute. Top to bottom, oh my goodness, it's not even close. It's not even close. When you think of the West, it's only 3 teams. Spurs, Timberwolves, and the Thunder. That is it. The conversation ends. I don't care if your team is not those 3, you're not in the conversation in the West. Period. Now, the second tier teams, Lakers, and the only reason why the Lakers is a second tier team, they don't got no defenders. They got guys who can score, but they don't got no defenders like that, especially on the perimeter. It's going to get nasty for they ain't going to be able to guard nobody on the Lakers. The Mavericks is a second tier team in my opinion. They got a couple vets, they got a couple young guys. I think that's going to be an interesting piece. And not just that, the type of guys that they got, everybody does something different that adds to the team. But it's going to take them a minute. They're going to need time to gel. And they're just not as good as those 3 teams that I'm talking about in the prior. The next team I got right under that is the Nuggets. When the Nuggets is healthy, they're deadly. But they're not beating any of those 3 teams. They could beat the Lakers, but they could also lose to the Lakers. They could beat the Mavs, but they could also lose to the Mavs too. So I got the Nuggets right there. And right with them, I have the Utah Jazz. If those young players develop anywhere where they're supposed to, Ace Bailey, Peterson, George, the point guard, they're going to be a deadly group. And at best, I have the Utah Jazz at number 6. But after that is, at number 7, but after that, the West is ass. The Rockets I have after that. The Suns will be decent. The Suns will be decent, but they're a third-tier team because they have no point guard. You need a point guard, bro. You have no point guard. If they got a point guard, a real point guard, then I'll be like, yeah, they could be talking. They could be in that second tier group. The Trailblazers, I think, will be a whole lot better than what people give them credit for, mainly because they got guards. People like they got guards, and that's one of the recipes to even being able to go against a team like the Timberwolves, Spurs, and OKC. They got guards, not just on the floor, but they got guys coming off the bench that could cook. And when you look at Portland, they have the guards. Denny Avia, he's solid. He's solid. I think he's going to continue to play better. Now, if you get some legit bigs, I don't know, man. Trailblazers could be saying something. I got them in 10th place right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if they much higher, finish much higher in the season because of their guards. Right after that, I got the Warriors, then the Pelicans. Warriors ain't going to be doing nothing, man. They ain't going to be doing nothing, man. Even if they get LeBron James, I'll put them in that second tier group if they get LeBron James. Outside of that, Jimmy Butler's still going to be out probably until February. And they just don't have enough on that team. So, and it doesn't matter after that. Like, pick your poison. It doesn't matter. But the East, going back to the East is strong. That's a tough conference. And people saying that the Wizards are going to make that uptick is like, where? Where? They're not better than the Knicks. They're not better than the Cavs. They're not better than the 76ers, even right now. And they're talking about LeBron James might even go to the Cavs or the 76ers. He would consider New York if Brunson get on the phone and talk to him. This is what Rich Paul said, his agent. The Wizards is not better than, I said the Hawks already. The Hawks, they got even better during the draft and in free agency with their trades. They're going to have more depth and they're going to be more prepared to play in those playoffs. They're going to be a tough out. But the Wizards can't touch no Hawks. They're not better than the Heat. They're not better than the Pacers. Halliburton's coming back. That's going to be a tough, that's a tough out. Halliburton's healthy. And we've seen what that team looked like with a healthy Halliburton. The best team in the East. The last time we saw Halliburton at full health, they was the best team in the East. They're not better than them. They're not better than the Celtics. They're not better than the Magics. So right then and there, that's 9th place. They're not better than the Pistons. Would you put your money that the Wizards is beating the Pistons in a play-in? I think not. They're not better than the Raptors. So already we're talking about 11th place. So when they say an uptick, what the hell? There's only 15 teams in the East. Only 15. So if they're not in a play-in, what do that mean? What do that mean? If they can't beat those 10 teams, they're in 11th place. I don't even think they're better than Charlotte. Charlotte is a tough out. They have a way better team. We're talking about team. They have a way better team. It's not even close. So now they at 12th place. Now we're talking about my Brooklyn Nets, Bulls, and Bucks. That's where they at with it. That's where they at. And I don't think they're more talented than Brooklyn. I don't. I'm just saying. And I don't even fully like our damn team right now. Like our GM acting like, yeah, we cool. Nah, we not cool. We need another move, bro. We need to add a big to this, or we need to add another small forward, or get a younger piece to go with some of these young guys. And we need to get rid of the Flatbush Five from last year. We need to nitpick some of that group. We gotta comb that out like naps. We gotta comb that out like naps. Because we know who can play out of that Flatbush Five. And the guys that can't play, they got to go, man. You got to put them on the market. Or just release them Just release him. We take the negative. Cool. Cool. Just release him. Why put him on the court to stink up the joint? So they in that realm. They in that realm. Wizards, it's very hard for me to see that the Wizards are going to be better than the Nets. The Bulls is going to be competitive too, but the Bulls could be anywhere from 13th place to 14th place. They're going to be competitive, but honestly, the Wizards and Bulls, you look at their team, that's a tough out for the Wizards. I'm just saying. We're not even going to count the Bucks. The Bucks, yeah, the Bucks, they're going to be last place. They're going to be last place. So that East, when they say the Wizards is on an uptick, that they're playoff bound, no, they're not. Their bench, it's all right. It's all right, but their bench is not good enough to mistake the starting five's flaws, because the bench is going to get 8 into because Anthony Davis is just not going to play a full season. That's just what he does. I don't wish that on him, but that's just what he does. He don't play full seasons. He's not all the way in. He hasn't even pulled up to the facility. I honestly believe he's going to get traded. I honestly believe that. So, and if the Wizards were smart, I was saying this during draft day, trade the first pick. Trade the first pick. I would have traded the first pick and the second pick. Because the guy Washington should have got was Caleb Wilson. That's who they should have got. So if they were smart, they would be like, yeah, yo, Utah, what's up? What's up? Talk to me nice. Y'all really want AJ, huh? Y'all really want AJ? Well, we really wanted Ace Bailey last year. Talk to me nice. We'll take y'all second pick. You get our first pick, but you add Ace Bailey, or you add JJ, or you add Lauren Marketing. If I'm the GM, that's what I would have did. And now I got the second pick, and I just added me another player to my Washington Wizards team. So me personally looking at their team, I would have probably added Lauren Marketing. I would have added Lauren Marketing, mainly because, again, he's a guy that could shoot that shit. And you got a guy like Trey Young, who could break down the defense, create his own shot, and for others. And you get him a big, tall, 7-foot dude that could shoot that shit. The court gonna be wide as hell. Yeah, give me Lauren Marketing, and I'll take the second pick. And with the second pick, I probably would have traded that too. Trade that with the Grizzlies. Talk to me nice, Grizzlies. Who y'all got? Talk to me nice. Who y'all got? Now, if they didn't have anybody that I liked, I would have just took Darren Peterson. But if they had somebody I would have liked, they could get Darren Peterson, and shit, I'll take Caleb Wilson. Can you imagine Caleb Wilson and Lauren Marketing and another pick from that Grizzlies, and with Trey Young? You got a 3-point shooter, a lob threat for real, and a low post scorer. You got a guy who can get to the bucket, shoot the three, distribute. Like Washington, yo, come on, they would have had crazy squad. That's just me if I was the GM, but I ain't the GM, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Real talk, if I was Washington, and Golden State is on my line talking about like, yo, what's up with Anthony Davis? If I'm Washington, I'm like, yo, talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Y'all really want Anthony Davis? Golden State, y'all really want Anthony Davis? Give us Yaxel. Give us Yaxel Lundenborg. If you give us Yaxel Lundenborg, we'll trade y'all Anthony Davis. Now you really cooking with grease. If you got young Yaxel, young AJ the banter, you got the other kid, the center, I forget the other kid name right now. I always forget names on live. But you got the banter, Yaxel, and you got Trey Young. And that East, Yo, you cooking with something now, man. You cooking with something now, man. Anthony Davis? Yeah. Nah, bro. He gonna be hurt. He not all the way in, man. And Anthony Davis gives a better effort when he feels like his team could actually win. And because he don't feel like Washington could actually win, it's gonna get real funny business over there with him. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in. Again, I'm Ashley Lovechild, Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. This has been episode 275. I appreciate y'all support each and every episode. I'm on every Monday. No, I'm on every Sunday and every Wednesday at 10:30. I appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in. Y'all been absolutely amazing. Yeah, man. Yeah. Remember, I do drop videos daily. Make sure y'all continue to engage. Leave them comments in those videos. Even if you don't agree with my opinion, I'll still show love. I still would respond. If you're trolling, though, I'm obviously not gonna respond. But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all each and every episode, man. It means the world to me. We on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We just went over 14,000 subscribers. So again, I appreciate y'all support. And remember, y'all take advantage of those memberships. Take advantage, man, because again, I'm releasing a new album, so I'm showing the makings of that album. And this is very exciting because this is the first time I've been so open with my process and like giving it to the public and stuff like that. So again, I appreciate y'all support as always, man. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to my dog Ronan in the building, Rowan in the building. Those are two different people, by the way, if this is your first time watching. Tremon in the building, Tom in the building. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been holding it down, man. Who's that? Hazel in the building. Appreciate y'all. As always, y'all just absolute popping. Before I go off, if you got any questions, good questions, feel free to ask. I will answer. And I appreciate y'all each and every episode. No Scotland, no party. Shout out to Rowan in the building. Yo, speaking of your name, bro, right? I could have sworn I saw the last Ronin for the Ninja Turtles, and it was a like a preview, and it looked fire, but it just like disappeared. Like, what happened to the movie? I know you probably wouldn't know. Oh, you probably would know, but I'm not saying it because your name just remind me of the movie. But like, damn, what happened to that movie? I was really looking forward to seeing that movie. That shit, like it was gonna be popping. You know what I mean? With Raphael holding it down, all his brothers passed away. I thought that would have been popping. So yeah, man. See, that's the thing. Like Hollywood, they do their own thing. They don't listen to us, man. Uh, I need to check. I need to check it out. Yeah, yeah. The preview was absolute fire. It was absolute fire, but it's like, yo, what happened to the movie, yo? Like it just really pissed me off. It just really pissed me off. I really want to see that movie. I love a great movie idea, but I love when something is executed, right? When we're like, yo, they should do a movie for this, and they do the movie for it, and then it's actually good. You'd be like, oh my God, this is what I've been living for, right? So it'd be like, damn, like, and then mind you, I'm about to be 42 in 9 days, right? I've been a fan of this stuff since I was a kid, and we waited this long to get to this point. It's like, yo, drop the movies, yo. Like, drop this shit. You know what I'm saying? We want to see this shit. Like X-Men 97. If y'all haven't seen the first 3 episodes, I think the second 3 episodes or the second or the fourth episode drops today or tomorrow. The first 3 episodes is fire so far. Our first 3 episodes was absolute fire. I'm not gonna ruin it for y'all, but make sure y'all tap in to see X-Men 97 when y'all get a chance to. It is absolute fire. It's that they giving us like, I will say this, they giving us like season finales in first episode, second. It feels it just feels complete. I just wish those episodes was a little longer, but man, they so good. And I wish that they gave us more episodes because back in the day, I'm such like a 90s kid. Our seasons literally used to be like 30 some episodes, right? So they had time to cook and to tell the story. Now we only get 10 episodes and it's still 30 minutes a piece. It's like, yo, you only giving us 3 hours worth of shit. Like we want to see the like, yo, give us more episodes. Yo, stop being so damn stingy. And we gotta wait like 2 years for the next season. Like, yo, drop this shit. So I like the fact that they are giving us quality in every scene. I just hate the fact that I'm only seeing a little bit of damn episodes, yo. It's just terrible. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in again. I am Ashley Lovechild. This is the Can of Brothers Get a Rap podcast. And remember, y'all, do not be an agent of chaos. Do not be a stain. Do not try to stand out by being negative. Have the ability to stand out by being positive. Lose that Willie Lynch mindset. Lose that it can only be one mindset. Hate has a location. It's just not here. We celebrate life culture here. And we talk about everything. We did talk about everything. And we do that each and every episode. And I'm going to see y'all before you know it. I can't believe that tonight is Wednesday, or it's the Wednesday night going into Thursday. Like, we just did an episode Sunday, and it feels like yesterday. It feels like yesterday. So Sunday is going to be here before you know it. And I can't wait to, speak to you guys again. And if you ever have questions, link them up in the chat, man. We love to engage and show love, man. And I appreciate y'all each and every. Again, I'm Ashley Lovechild. From me to you, y'all already know it's always love. And I'm going to see y'all this Sunday at 10:30.